Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Police are investigating two separate homicides and a third shooting, all of which occurred during the weekend. On Saturday, February 3rd, 2024, about 8:45 p.m., the Marshall Police Station responded to a fatal shooting occurred at Maynard Hill Castries. At the scene, investigators discovered an unresponsive male in prone position on the ground with injuries to his torso and head. The victim was pronounced dead on the scene by a medical practitioner. The deceased has been identified as 31-year-old Ryan Henry, alias Write-Off of Parvey Castries. Henry was a former employee at the Victoria Hospital. He became the island's homicide victim number 9 since the start of the year. In other news, not too long after, investigators were called back into action, this time near the comfort of St. Lucia's Governor General. On Sunday, February 4th, 2024, about 10 a.m., the Criminal Investigations Department in Castries launched investigations into the discovery of a deceased male at Mon Road, Castries. The police officers proceeded to the location and discovered an unresponsive male lying in a drain along the main road. Investigators observed multiple apparent gunshot wounds on the victim's body. Emergency medical technicians who were present at the scene attended to the victim. The victim was subsequently conveyed to Owen King European Union Hospital. There, a medical practitioner confirmed the victim's death. The deceased has been identified as 36-year-old Barry Augustine of Lattock Road, Castries. His bullet-riddled body was found by security guards at the Governor General's residence. Barry Augustine is the 10th homicide for 2024. Later on Sunday, the homicide count almost increased again. At about 9:10 p.m., the Vieux-Fort Police Station responded to a shooting which occurred near the junction of Clark Street and Martin Luther King Street. At the scene, investigators encountered a male who had suffered several injuries due to a shooting. The victim, identified as 29-year-old resident of Vieux-Fort, was taken away from the location while investigations continued. Police are appealing to anyone with information regarding the two homicides and the separate shooting incident to contact the Criminal Investigations Department at 456-3770. Alternatively, anonymous tips can be provided by dialing 555, the crime hotline. Former Prime Minister and leader of the opposition, Alan Chastanet, delivered his New Year's address to the nation on Sunday night, speaking on rising crime and other national issues. During his address, Chastanet called on citizens to unite in the face of mounting crime. He said it's imperative that St. Lucians work together to scale back the record figures of 75 homicides registered last year.
The increase in crime across the nation in 2023 is unprecedented, causing widespread fear and panic. The Prime Minister pathetically tried to justify a second year of 75 murders by claiming the rate of murders declined in the second half of the year due to his initiatives. We can all see the fallacy of this argument, as we've started the first month of this year with 8 murders, an average of 2 per week. If this pattern continues, we can only imagine what the death toll of young men will be by the end of the year. Instead of putting hard-hitting measures in place, this Prime Minister, Philip Pierre, continues to give silly excuses such as, "I don't know, I'm not a policeman," and hopes that things will get better. Additionally, Pierre has failed to understand the importance of ensuring that his cabinet is free from the acts of corruption or criminal activities. This trend is also apparent in many appointments of persons within the echelons of government who've already have shady past, and in some cases have criminal convictions. The police and the population live in a constant state of fear of a junior government minister who will bully and take to task anyone who chooses to speak out against his unethical acts and corrupt deeds. Instead of condemning this behavior, the Prime Minister cowers in silence and says nothing. His failure to set an example has weakened his government's moral authority on crime. Nonetheless, United Workers' Party strongly reiterates its unwavering commitment to working with the government to combat crime. We understand the devastating impact that crime has on people, communities, and the economy.
That's the news this hour. I am Tammy Frederick. See you next time.